Runaways is about two girls, one of which is highly successful and famous, Joan Jett, and the other is just as successful but in a different way, which is sort of the story. It's a story about two girls that are sort of fighting for independence, but just in a way that they were the first girls to pick up instruments and play really aggressive rock and roll, and people didn't want to hear that, and they're sort of like pioneers, and I play Joan and she plays Cherie, so.
And you, obviously, you know, how did you prepare for your roles and the character that you were playing?
I think, well, I met Cherie a few weeks before I started filming, got to know her, and obviously had to sing the songs the way that she sings them, and that was really important to me to do those the right way. And, yeah, I mean, I think that the most important part was just, like, getting to know the person that you're playing, because that's really, when you have the opportunity to really know the person that you're playing, that's, like, really important to capitalize on that, I feel like.
They were on set, weren't they?
Yeah.
What was that like?
It was good. It felt like it needed to be that way because it would have been just much more superficial telling of the story had we just looked at everything that any fan could, because they told us stuff that they wouldn't tell anybody. Not that that needs to be in the movie, but we sort of have to know how to play it, who they are, essentially, and they were so open and wonderful, and they became really close to us, and it was really great.
Was there anything specific that drew you to the project, made you want to really be a part of this film?
I think I didn't know a lot about the Runaways before I got started on this, and so just looking them up, and you can see all like the Live in Japan videos of Cherry Bomb and those iconic songs, and seeing Cherie in her costumes, especially the corset, I realized that I wanted to play her, and you can see like I really just like connected with her through those videos, and I could see that there was like something more like behind her eyes that she had to tell, and I really wanted to do that.
Yeah, they're so raw in all their footage. I mean, they're just like so young and sort of just like they are what they are. It's not like music nowadays, and it's not so polished. They're just like rah, just throwing it out there, and it's so unique. And I know people our age don't really know about the Runaways, so that was a huge draw to sort of like show people that. It's also a really unique relationship. Like, you have these two really badass girls, but at the same time they're so like sort of overtly sensitive, and that comes to the music. I mean, the only reason the music is good and it's not just like hard, like, you know, it's because they're really delicate little things with a lot of armor on.
Wonderful. Now, I mean, you were talking about the difference between being able to play something that was done in the 70s. What was it like sort of being able to be in this period piece? A little different from something you've been in, working in that time frame and getting yourself into that mode. How did you feel about that?
I haven't done very many eyes, so...
No, me either.
I think I've done like 2 movies that take place in the early 80s, and that's less... It's definitely a different time, but it's less nostalgic for me for some reason. I don't know, I'm like nostalgic for a time that I never lived in the 70s for some reason, maybe just because of the music and sort of what was just going on. It just sort of had that feel of it, and it was an exciting time, so...